Hi guys, in this video we are going to learn the three types of linear equations and how to move between them. So the first linear equation we have is the slope-intercept form, and we've used this in previous videos and we've seen it before. So the slope-intercept form starts with y equals mx plus b. So we do y, okay, and then we do m, which is the slope, and x, which is like the x-intercept, plus b, which is the y-intercept. Okay, and yeah, so the next one is point slope form. Point slope form we have not seen before, neither have we seen the standard form before, so I'll explain it now. So the slope point slope form is y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. Once again, m is the slope here, and then y1 and x1 is just the y coordinate and the x coordinate. Like if we had a, yeah, so like a point, like if we had a point that was 5 1, then it would be x would go as 5, and then y, and then 1 would go in the y1. Okay, and the last one is standard form. Standard form is ax plus by equals c. So c is like the y-intercept, okay, and b and y is like, y is just like, as you can see in the y in the slope intercept, that's like that with the coefficient, and ax kind of like the slope, but yeah, it's all of them are similar. So like they're similar, but they're the same, but they're in just different forms. And we will learn how to move between those forms. So let's begin with how to move between the forms, starting with slope-intercept form. So I'm gonna clear. So I'm not gonna clear anything away again. Okay. So let's just add substitute numbers into m and b. So I'm gonna put 4 and 5. Let me do the 5 again. Okay. So the four is the slope, and the 5 is also is not also is y is the y-intercept, and we know that the y-intercept is a point in the previous videos. We learned that. So the point would be 0, 5, or 5 is the y-intercept, which is like the y coordinate, and 0 is x, because whenever x is 0, y, it would be like a number. That's the y-intercept. So well, now we have to substitute into this point slope. How would we move from what slope intercept to point slope? We just have to we have to first substitute the m. So m is a slope, so we can just take out m and put it as 4, because 4 is the slope in this slope intercept equation. Okay, and then now we have now we need y1 and x1. So for y1 and x1 we can just use this point because 5 is a point, right? So x1 we just have to do, x is 0, so we can just add 0 for that, and once again 5 for y, so we just had 5 for that. So that's how you move from this slope intercept into point slope form. The next, so now if we just want to move back, we just have to do the backwards. So we just have to write y, and then we would have to write, so to make things more clear, let me like take out this standard form first. So if you want to move it back, we would just have to do, we have to first, slope intercept always starts with y and then equals, and then the slope is 4, and then we put an x, and then this is the point, a y-intercept, because we put 0 and 5. So if we have it like that, it would be easier to put it like this. So we just have to find it. So it would be 0 and 5, but it's not negative. That's just how the form is. So it's actually positive, okay? So it would be 0 and 5, which is just a 5, which is the y-intercept is a 5, as we saw. As we move from slope intercept to the point slope, we're just moving back, okay? So, and we knew that this 0 and 5 is the slope, is the y-intercept, okay? And if they had given you a plus here and a plus here, that means this would be a negative 5, because the the equation is y minus, and if you have a negative 5, then you do negative times a negative, which would be y plus 5. And this one, 5 was just a positive, and negative times a positive is just a negative, so that's why we kept the negative there. So yeah, so this would be negative and negative, okay, negative, and okay, let me put negative there. Okay, there we go. So now we are going to do how to move from slope intercept to standard and then back. Okay, let me erase all of this. Slope intercept to standard and back. So to do that, we just have to go. So slope intercept, as we saw, was ax plus by equals c. So if we have to do that, we just have to move this part, move 4x to that side, and it would just become like that. It would become ax plus by equals c, because ax plus by equals c. So we have to do that. We're just going to subtract 4x from both sides. It would be negative 4x plus y equals 5. But we cannot have this number right here, the coefficient as a negative, so we have to multiply this whole equation by -1. So it'll just be 4x minus y equals -5. Okay, so this is standard form, and if you want to move back to slope intercept form, what we have to do is just now we have to just, I'm going to move up, okay? I'm going to write from down here and then up to get to this. What we have to do is just we have to subtract -4 from -4x from both sides, so it would be -y equals -4x minus 5. But we cannot have y as negative, so we're going to multiply this by negative, and we get this because we're going to have positive y equals positive 4x plus 5. Okay, so that's how you move from slope intercept to standard and then back to slope intercept. Okay, so now we are going to do how to move from standard, from point slope to standard. So I'm going to erase all of this, and then we're going to put y minus, was it 5? Yep, okay, so equals 4 over x minus 0. And you don't need to keep the 0, we can just put, because it kind of has like no value. Yeah, in this part, like, not no value, we just don't like need it here. It'll be the same thing without a 0, and then we can just put it like, there we go. You just put it like that, and it would be the same thing as x minus 0, because it doesn't make a difference. So yeah, next we just have to do, we have to make it to standard, right? So all we have to do is substitute it. Okay, we have to substitute this and like do distribution and multiply this. Not substitute, sorry, it's distribution and multiply. So it would be y minus 5 equals 4 times x, which is 4x. Now all we have to do is make it into standard form, is we have to subtract 4x from, let's first do add 5. So we do y equals 4x plus 5, and now we subtract 4x from both sides, so it'll be -4x plus y equals 5. Remember, we cannot have a negative for -4x, so you do move the whole thing, like multiply the whole thing by negative, and then that was a bad negative. Okay, -1, yeah, -1, and it would become 4x plus minus, remember minus, okay, minus y equals -5. Okay, so that's how you move from point slope to standard. And you cannot directly move from standard to point slope. What you have to do is you have to first move from standard to slope intercept and then move it to point slope. So yeah, this is the video on what the 3 types of linear equations are and how to move between them. I hope, please like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more videos like this, and please comment below if you guys need any topics you'd like me to cover and any help, and I'll do my best to cover it. And please share this video with others, and I hope this helped you find on the 3 types of linear equations and how to move between them. And please share it with others, and thank you for watching. Bye.